Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Final Fantasy XI with the second of two events happening in Eorzea right now. Two crossover events. One was from Final Fantasy XI, where we got a wind-up Shantoto doll. This one is from Dragon Quest X. Dragon Quest X is an online version of the Dragon Quest series that, unfortunately, at this time, is Japanese only. But just because it's Japanese only doesn't mean that we get to miss out on the festivities. We get a lovely quest here for the Dragon Quest X crossover called Breaking Brick Mountains, with a lovely slime icon in the upper right-hand corner. If you're curious as to where it is only here in Ul'dah. It is in the Steppes of Nald, right by the exit towards Central Thanalan, where you get to fight lovely Golems, the Dragon Quest very iconic Golems, actually, which I'm looking forward to fighting. You will also be given a Thug's Mug, which is a helmet that's very representative of kind of a generic class or subsection of NPCs, I believe, from from Dragon Quest X. My apologies there. So you can see it is a level 10 item, probably representing the fact that it's from Dragon Quest X. If you look at the Final Fantasy 13 items you got, they all were level 13. So it seems like they're doing that intentionally. It's kind of funny. But it has one of all stats that you can wear. So it will probably end up being more cosmetic for a lot of people, especially since a lot of people might use their, especially if they pre-ordered, their Helmet of Light or their Mog Helms before level 10. And we also get the wind-up Brickmen. The Brickman gets up and looks over as if it wants to join the party. That is a line, I believe, from many of the Dragon Quests where a party member wants to join you. That's very nice. So, FFXIV, an editorialist for the Mithril Eye in Ul'dah, has word of an opportunity for an intrepid adventurer. Once again, I will be doing dry reading, so there might be some rough cuts, so I do apologize for that. And of course, if you do not like dry reading, you can always mute the sound if you wish. Again, I always ask for feedback as to what you prefer, as I will try to continue this type of thing based on viewer feedback, of course. So, I am FFXIV, a self-styled student of sundry subjects, though I am best known, perhaps, for putting pen to parchment for popular paper, the Mithril Eye. In these times of trials and tribulations, a subject of singular strangeness has ensnared my senses, magical monstrosities, more commonly known as Golems. But I speak now of no common creation of magecraft. No, these shambling servants of stone have no equivalent in all of Eorzea. Should these curious constructions contain ores of extraordinary origin, well, I can only imagine the influence it might exert over Ul'dah's economy. Amagi and Sons of Mineral Concern has come to congruent conclusion, and its superiors seek a savvy adventurer to separate the facts from the fantastic. A representative Amagi and Sons awaits outside Arzith-Ozari. I'm not going to try that again. If exploring this enigma seems an entertaining endeavor, then I would wander over before this window of opportunity is wasted. And the Dragon Quest title appears as the quest acceptance. Oh, that's fantastic. Once again, going that extra mile. Now, as with the last one, the events are listed on the official page for the Dragon Quest crossover event, and I will be listing that in the video description below. Now, before we can head off into Central Thanalan, we have to speak with the beefy businessman here by the Thaumaturge's Guild. He is wearing the helmet, as we can see. Hey, don't sneak up on me like that. Are you trying to make me soil my britches? You're here for the job, are you? Well, I hope you've experienced dismantling golems. We've been gathering reports of some never-afore-seen constructs that begin showing up all over the damn realm. Nary a soul knows what the creatures are made of. So Amagina and Sons means to be the first to take a pickaxe to this mysterious motherlode. I need you to get out there, take apart one of them shambling piles of bricks, and bring me back a good-sized chunk of the remaining rubble. What do you say, eh? Give it a shot? Alright, I'm going to do this because there is a very popular quest, or a very popular line in Dragon Quest I, the very original, in which you're asked to marry the princess. And if you refuse, and it gives you a yes and no prompt, and this was back on the original Famicom, the NES. If you refuse, you were constantly greeted with the line, "But thou must." But thou must. You could not say no, because it would constantly loop. The illusion of choice, if you will. So, I'm going to say no. No, surely you can pass up this once-in-a-lifetime chance. Okay, it is not a but thou must. I was hoping it would be. I really was, but this is good enough. It is definitely an homage to Dragon Quest I, but thou must. So I have no choice but to say yes. Good lad. I'll have a nice refreshing reward for you when you get back. And with that, we're off to participate in the Fate Brick by Brick, followed by the Fate Brick by Stone Brick. So keep in mind, there are 3 fates here actually, and then there's Brick by Gold Brick. So Stone Brick, Gold Brick, and regular brick. So this represents the 3 different types of primary golems that you would have in the Dragon Quest series. The gold brick, that would be the gold golem, the one I remember the most, because he was one you wanted to kill because he was worth a lot of money. So let's head out and do one of these fates. So once again, there are multiple events that you can participate in. The one I'm doing is simply right outside of Ul'dah in central Thanalan. Right here about 1723 is where this fate should spawn. So we'll come back to it once the fate actually arrives. And if I can, I'll try and get a little bit of each one so you can see each of the golems in action. Alright, so we have a fate joined. We are now with the Brick by Brick. So we have the Earthen Brickmen surrounding a rather large one. It looks like it has gone down. We're going to go ahead and level sync. This one is only level 7, so there won't be too much to this one, I'm sure. But let's see what they can do. Bringing forth the Brickmen. I love the look. I like how they transition over to Final Fantasy XIV. Now, in the Dragon Quest games, especially the more recent ones in 3D, they tend to use a more cel-shaded look. So to have these ones represented in a more realistic, I suppose, fashion is kind of neat. They definitely look very cool. They look like they would fit in, quite honestly, with the world around them. So it looks like we kill a few of these and that'll be it. The question is whether or not the large one in the center is eventually going to pick up as we do this, which doesn't seem likely, but you never know. And fate complete. Looks like the Brickmen go down, goes right into the next. Yes, he does pop right up. Stone Brickman is now up. His singular target this time. Guardian Aura. The Stone Brickman appears. Fight wisely and topple this towering menace. Doing a charge up. Long cast time on that one. So it gives him vulnerability down, so his damage taken is reduced. Well, here we go. Multiple circles appearing, causing an earthquake. Actually, I'm going to let that one hit me to see it. Oh, huge knockback and quite a bit of damage. Pulverizing punch, conal front ability. And there he's charging up again. Very nice, and there we had a little bit of music from Dragon Quest X and a little bit of Quest Complete music as well for completing it. I'm going to see if I can find a Brick by Gold Brick one and see if I can at least get that for you here for some footage. turn in for our quest is, of course, back at the Thaumaturge Guild here in Ul'dah. Have you taken a sample of one of them old golems? Indeed we have. We have a Brickman chunk, a hefty piece of rubble salvaged from the remains of a mysterious golem. Oh, now ain't that special? That luster, that shine. Can you smell it? 'Tis the scent of profit, my friend. That's some fine work you did, adventurer. Very fine indeed. Now, just as I promised ye, I've prepared a payment you're sure to enjoy. Don't be shy now, lad. We all need a bit of pampering from time to time. Oh, dear God. Ah, bonjour, handsome. Can we interest you in the, how I say, poof poof? Okay. Oh, Dragon Quest fans will probably enjoy this one. It is my understanding that the poof poof is a running joke within the Dragon Quest series. Almost like Final Fantasy has its dancers that randomly dance for you. This one has the poof poof. And dancers in the Dragon Quest series, especially if they're a class, can have the ability to use that poof poof. Let your imagination run wild with that, if you will. That's perfectly fine. This way, we show you a good time. It will not hurt, I promise. He has every right to be scared. How do you respond? With a gulp, a poof poof away, or nothing at all? Poof poof away, my ladies. Poof poof away. Oh, we just relax. Oh, this is getting out of hand. You will have twice the fun with the eyes closed. Brace yourself. Here it comes. Poof, 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 poof. Have you ever felt anything so warm and soft? Just relax and enjoy. Poof, poof. Poof, poof. Feels good, doesn't it? We sometimes indulge in a bit of the poof poof ourselves. I'm not sure I want to know what those are. I mean, thanks again for your cooperation, lad. Here's a little something extra what ain't so fleeting. Au revoir. I mean, 'twas good meeting you. Looking forward to doing business with you sometime. And off the poof poofs go. Ah, the adventurer! You are triumphant in your tussle against the towering titans, I trust? As it so happens, I've been hired by Amagian Sons to craft an account of the aforementioned anomaly. I best begin before the focus on these fanatical foes falls out of fashion. My rumination is promised to be most refreshing, and perhaps a touch risque. I fear I haven't an inkling as to what is implied, but I shall look forward to it nonetheless. He's in for the poof poof. Let him have it. And with that, we shall gain our Thug's Mug and our wind-up Brickmen. So we shall equip the helm so we can see that, and we shall use the Brickman. And there he is. And the helmet. My goodness, the helmet. Little Brickman just kind of stands there, doing his pose, occasionally flexing. And the helmet. My goodness, the helmet. Suppose if you wanted it for cosmetic purposes. No visor command, though. And that's it. Just go ahead and zoom in and we'll take a look at my little Brickman. There he goes. Isn't he cute? Alright, well that is the Dragon Quest X crossover event for Final Fantasy XIV. And it has been amusing. Very much amusing. I would like to point out, I noticed this a bit earlier, there's the ladies that were doing zip poof poof. And you'll notice they just kind of lounge around until someone actually walks up to them, in which case they spring into action. Aren't they lovely, folks? Aren't they lovely? Round of applause, please, for the poof poof girls. Yes. Power poof poof. Right? Am I right? Oh well. Whatever. Leave comments, feedback, suggestions, whatever you will in the comments section below. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it took some doing, but I've finally found the third fate in this whole event. This is Brick by Gold Brick, and as you can see, this one starts straight off with just the stone Brickman and the golden Brickman. You don't even get the earthen Brickman. I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to be able to do this by myself. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do everything I can to make this happen. I'm going to go to Summoner, I'm going to summon my tanking pet, and I'm going to summon my Chocobo. And I don't know how this is going to go. I want to see what the attacks of the gold Brickman are. I wanted to at least kind of see him here. He shouldn't attack me until I synchronize with him. So there he is. He's kind of nice and big. I come up to kind of as close to his knee. The other one here is the stone one is a little smaller, so he's pretty big. One thing I'd like to find out is if he offers a whole bunch of gold for completing the fate, if I'm able to. Now, unfortunately, I came across this. There's only 7.5 minutes left for this. So let's just take a look at it, see what it does. At the very least, I'll get recorded proof of it. This is rare. This is very rare. I want to point this out. It is only available, from what I can tell, according to the database, the XIV database. It is only available in the 2 upper levels of this. So here in Upper Lenosha and also in North Shroud is another place that you can get this, because those are the 2 places that Brick by Brick spawn. So if I go to Black Shroud and go very quickly to North Shroud, it will show up down here. So alright, let's get everything out and see what happens, shall we? We're just going to move over to the side. And we are going to level sync and hope for the best. Oh, they're both going to attack. Great. Kind of saw that one coming, and they both have their attacks apparently. The stone golem, as you may have seen from the other fate, has a very large AoE attack available to him. I'm doing some damage to the golden one so far. He has a charge up attack just like the stone. Oh, and so they can combine their attacks. So you've got the earthquake, the multi-hit earthquake, as well as the large AoE circle there. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, they took out my Eggy. Now I'm able to do some damage, but I'm gonna ultimately end up just having to heal myself. I can't see much where I'm at. Oh man, this has been worth hunting though. I am very happy to actually finally get documents of this. I've been hunting this down for 2 days now, at the very least. I was hoping to just run into it randomly, and that wasn't happening. So I took matters into my own hands and said, you know what? I'm going to camp these things. Oh, I lost my chocobo. Good thing I can resummon him. Oh, man. No, he wasn't dead yet. Alright, so I'm just kind of letting you see the attacks that they're doing here in the distance, hopefully, while I'm focusing on healing my Eggy. I want to complete this. I've got 4 minutes to do it. It is possible someone else has joined the fray. You can see this one is definitely more dangerous because you've got this, the stone Brickman by himself is definitely a very tough foe to deal with. Especially with that large AoE there. And since this is locked to level 35, I don't have some of my better abilities like Rouse or anything like that on this character to try and keep my characters alive a bit more. Alright. But yeah, definitely more dangerous than regular Stone Brickman because he's obviously got all the same attacks as Stone Brickman and then some. The Earthern Brickmen are so much more easy to, are just so much easier to deal with compared to this. So you would, if you're doing this, you probably want to do. You probably want to do the one with the Earthern ones first, and then go into Stone and just do those two, rather than this one. Because you can complete this quest by doing just this. You can do brick by gold brick. And that will complete the quest. As opposed to the other way, you have to do the brick by brick and then brick by stone brick. You have to do both of those. Oh dear. So you can see this is going to be a long fight for just me alone. Not many people are doing these areas. And I'm probably just going to let the Chocobo die. I'm going to try and run away from the Exalt. Gold brick is down. All that's left is a stone brickman. And my Eggy has aggro on him pretty good, so I think we'll be okay on this one. I'm going to try and kill him, and we'll see what kind of currency I get for this. I really want to see if this would be worth hunting down. Now, unfortunately, this event is only up, as of right now, for about 3 more days. So, by the time I get this out, it might already be over. Well, the fate, oh my goodness, the fate failed, but look at how much gold I got. I got 756 gil for that. So, yes, they paid true homage to Dragon Quest, and you got a whole bunch of gil. I mean, that was, if I would have completed that, that probably would have been an easy 1,000 gil for that. So that's really nice for a fate of this level. Well, just as an FYI, I was hunting for this during a live stream, and I cut off my live stream to record this. So I hope the guys there weren't too mad at me for that. I was like, hey, I gotta go. I gotta record this, and I'm gonna go back to that now. But I think it was worth it to actually get to see that, to see the gold Brickman as he appears in Final Fantasy XIV, since this is just a one-time event, and get to show you that they did it right. They paid perfect homage to Dragon Quest, and yes, you got a ton of gil for killing it. So there's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next holiday event, which is, honestly, just a few days away. Final Fantasy XIII crossover repeating itself here in February, and, of course, Valentine's Day. So I'll see you then.